Hello friends, my name is Anubhav More and today's date is the 3rd September and today I am talking about the check and uncheck exception. So what is the exception handling in Java? So the exception handling in Java is one of the powerful mechanism to handle the runtime errors so that normal flow of the application can be maintained. So in this tutorial, we will learn about Java exceptions, its types, and the difference between check and uncheck exceptions. So what is exception in Java? So exception is an abnormal condition. In Java, exception is an event that disrupts the normal flow of the program. It is an object which is through at runtime, which is through at runtime. What is exception handling? Exception handling is a mechanism to handle runtime errors such as a class not found exception, IO exception, SQL exception, file not found exception, a remote exception, etc. The advantages of exception handling. The core advantage of exception handling is to maintain the normal flow of the application. An exception normally disrupts the normal flow of the application. That's why we need to handle exceptions. Let's consider a scenario. Statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, statement 4, statement 5. It's the five statement 5 it occurs exception. The statement 6, statement 7, statement 8, statement 9, and statement 10. So hierarchy of Java exception classes. So the throwable class is the root class of a Java exception. Hierarchy inherited by two subclasses, exception and error. The hierarchy of Java exception. Then there are types of exception in Java. There are mainly two types of exception: check and uncheck exception. An error is considered as the uncheck exception. Or according to Oracle, there are three types of exception, namely check exception and uncheck exception, error exception. So let's difference between check and uncheck exception. Check exception, classes that directly inherit the throwable class, except runtime exception and error are known as check exception. For example, IO exception, SQL exception, check exception are checked at compile time. Unchecked exception, the classes that inherit the runtime exception are known as unchecked exception. For example, arithmetic exception, null pointer exception, array out of bound index exception, string out of bound exception at compile time, but they are checked at runtime. Third one is error. Error is a irrecoverable. Some example of error: the out of memory error, virtual machine error, assertion error, etc. So Java exceptions keywords. The try keyword. The try keyword is used to specify a block where we should place an exception code. It means we cannot use try block alone. The try block must be allowed by the either catch or finally catch block. The catch block is used to handle the exception. It must be preceded by try block, which means we cannot use catch block alone. Can be followed by finally block later. Finally block. The finally block is used to execute the necessary code of the program. It is executed whether an exception is handled or not. Throw. The throw keyword is used to throw an exception. Throws. The throws keyword is used to declare exceptions if specified that that may occur an exception in the method. If it does not throw an exception, it is always used with method signature. So Java exception handling example. Let's see an exception handling in which we are using a try catch statement to handle the exception. Suppose we have created a class. The name is a exception. In the main method, for the block try and catch block. In the try block, assign the int data is equal to 100 divided by 0 and print the rest of the code. Output is exception, arithmetic exception in Java. Another one example is on the common scenario of Java exceptions. There are a scenario where arithmetic exceptions occur. If we divide any number by 0, there occurs an arithmetic exception. Int a is equal to 50 divided by 0. Console on the console, arithmetic exception is occur. Scenario where null pointer exception occur. If you have a null value in any variable performing any operation on the variable through a null point exception, string s is equal to null and print the s dot length. Thank you.